Well, hello everyone. Good to see you. I'm sure this is shocking. Probably not. Probably not. But here I am, back in a truck. And interesting story, maybe. I'll tell you all about it in this video today. But we're just kind of rolling, having a good time out here. Been out here for about, I'd say, 3 weeks, maybe. Yeah, I'm on my 3rd week. And just kind of having a good time. So we'll talk about how I ended back up out here in a truck, which we knew was bound to happen. We knew it was going to happen. What's going on with the school stuff, which I'm still doing, of course, and just kind of all that stuff. So welcome to my new channel that was called Rednecks of the Internet. I was kind of enjoying doing those sort of reaction videos to like public freakouts, but what am I trying to say? I forgot. already up to my old shenanigans, forgetting what I'm talking about. Oh, but when I decided let's get back in a truck, get to it again, and doing school and all that, I realized I don't really have the time for that anymore. Maybe sometimes, I don't know, but like I said, I'm on like my 3rd week. Most of the 1st week was orientation, but since I've been back in the truck, we have ran every day, just running those recaps, you know, managing our time as best we can, and just keep on rolling. So yeah, let's talk about a lot of stuff, what all is going on. And thank you to everyone that shared out this channel. I know I'm kind of back and forth in life, all over the place, and it's sort of hard to keep up with me. Trust me, I know, I live with me too, and I get it. There's this other trucker that's kind of been riding right on my my tandems for like the last 30 miles in the left lane, and he was just sitting there. If I would slow down, he would slow down too. And then if I would, I decided, okay, I'm in like a 60 mile per hour zone. I bumped the cruise up to like 63, and he got way behind me for a while, and now he's rolling up on me very slowly again. So I don't know if I made a new friend or what, but I always get a little like anxious when truckers just sit right next to me. I'm like, what do you need? What's going on here? I don't really know. Anyways, so hopefully he gets past me soon here. I'm just gonna drop my speed just like a mile per hour or 2 and just let him pass. It's kind of weird. I'm not sure why he's been sitting in the left lane pacing me the entire time, but might as well let him get around me here and then we can get that left lane unblocked. I just couldn't figure it out, because if I would slow down, he would slow down. If I would speed up, he would speed up. And finally he's getting past me. So anyways, yeah, back in the truck, guys, and interesting story, maybe, not really sure. So I was sitting around at home, definitely enjoyed the 6 months out of a truck. It was something I really needed. If you guys remember, when I left the truck, my health was like taking a dive on me. I was sick all the time. I felt awful. Like I had like flu-like symptoms for nearly the last 2 months that I was on the road. And it was just really difficult. And that may have been stress related. I'm not really sure, because I mean, it was really bad then. I mean, fuel was $5 a gallon, $6 in some places, and the company I was with doing that lease, it just wasn't working out. It's like negative numbers every week, and I just, like, my sanity and my health and everything just took like this huge downturn. And it was nice to get out of the truck, spend 6 months at home with the family, doing a little tech support type stuff. But I always kind of maybe knew I would be back out here. It was just, excuse me, it was just a matter of time before I got back to it, I think. So I was doing all the tech support stuff, still in school, like I said. I guess I'll just get that out of the way. I've got about 5 classes done so far. And still holding a 4.0. The classes haven't been entirely too challenging yet. We're about to get to that point, and we'll just kind of see how all that goes. That's kind of what's going on with that. So still working towards the computer science degree. It's going well. Got my portable internet in the truck, of course, and I'll get out the laptop and do some schoolwork when work is over. Haven't had any time to play the PS5. None at all. None. I wish I did. I broke my TV. It's not bad, but it's got like a few lines going through it at the top of the screen. Still usable and all that, but I forgot that it was sitting up on the shelf, and I don't really have a mount for it, and I was driving and it tipped over, so whatever, no big deal. But haven't been able to get on the PS5. But anyways, back to the point. I was at home doing like the level 1 tech support stuff. Wife was of course working. She still is, but it was just really difficult because that kind of work, like level 1 entry level tech support stuff, doesn't really pay well. And eventually we just kind of ran out of money, if I'm being honest with you. We just kind of ran out of resources, and I said, well, let me get out there and do what I do then, and we'll be fine. And but it was nice, you know. 6 months I spent at home with the family, which is the longest I've spent at home in a few years now. Well, no, I did it the year before last also. I took half the year actually off. Like, I didn't even do anything for that 6 months, and that was fun. I don't know if it was a full 6 months, might have been 4 or 5, but that was a nice time because I didn't have really any responsibilities. I had saved up a little chunk of money, and we were covered on the bills, and a little bit of fun money and all that stuff. So that was a nice one. But this time, yeah, it was a little different situation. So we made the decision at home to let's go ahead and get back out here and do it again. So here we are. Here we are, and I'm enjoying it. I am. I definitely needed that break. I was not feeling good. Just everything was in my head all the time, and I'll try to avoid that stuff this time. You know, try to make some money out here. Try to avoid like watching stuff on YouTube and letting it get in my head and stuff like that. It does like kind of screw with you though, like when you're constantly targeted by multiple people, and you're like, what am I even doing? Just making videos that they don't like? This is crazy. This is absolute insanity. So all that stuff was kind of really getting to me, and mix that with not really making any money out here doing that lease program I was doing, and it just was a bad time, a really, really bad time. So 6 month mental health break, get back to it and see how it all goes. I'm excited. So what I'm doing now as far as trucking, probably not a good idea this time still either. Probably not great, but well, I'll just tell you, I am in another lease. I am. I absolutely am. I can't help myself. I love the risk reward equations, you know, like, sure, I could come out here and company drive. There's plenty of companies that offer like a guaranteed weekly pay as long as you're available for dispatch type of thing. And that's all fine and good, but I love like the big payoff when you have a good week, or you know, things like that. And right now, there's not much of good weeks. Fuel is still pretty high, but a lot less than it was last year. A lot less. Freight market's not that great, but hey, we'll just hope it gets better. Making a little bit of money out here, making a little bit. But I got me a nice truck. I can tell you guys a little bit about that. The lease is a 80-20 split. Fixed cost weekly right now are about $1,400 a week. That's including the truck payment, and then you've got your you know, escrow and your IFTA. You guys know about all that stuff. But the escrow is $2,500, $250 a week for 10 weeks. So after that 10 weeks is over, the fixed costs drop into what, the $1,150 range per week, that including the truck payment, of course. And I really like the company so far. Now, I've only been here a couple weeks, and maybe they're being on their best behavior. It's hard to say, but I'm overall enjoying it. It's I wouldn't say like small company, but definitely smaller than what I'm used to. The owner of the company is very involved in the business. I didn't realize he was the owner at first. He was just a guy standing around the lounge in their terminal just telling jokes with people and having a good time. And I thought he was another driver. Turned out he was the owner of the company. And just an overall really nice guy. Definitely interested in being profitable. Seems to be interested in his company and lease drivers being profitable. And overall, I really like him. I was impressed when I was there for orientation, hanging out at the terminal. because all the drivers in there were happy. They were having a good time. They were joking with each other. And that's a really good sign, because if you've got drivers that are worried about how they're going to pay the bills, if they're making any money, things like that, then you have a completely different environment in the terminal. And every driver I talked to in this company, outside of me and the two others that were there for orientation, had been there for years. Had been there for years. 2 years, 4 years, 6 years, which is pretty rare in a trucking company to see the majority of drivers you speak to being there for years. So right now it's just kind of weather the storm, the high fuel prices, the low freight rates, and just hope that we get through it. We see the fuel prices continuing to fall. Not as fast as we'd like, of course. And the freight market, from what I read on the internet, is slowly like moving up. Like from December to January was an average of like 6 cents per mile increase. Not enough, obviously, for like dry van freight. So kind of keeping an eye on that, seeing how it goes. But hey, you know, if we can just pull through these bad months and hopefully see those two trends continue to do what they're doing, fuel price going lower, freight rates going a little bit higher, maybe eventually they meet in the middle and we all live a happy life out here again on the road. But that's how I ended up out here again. Being honest with you guys, it got pretty ugly as far as finances go. I ain't got nothing no more. I ain't got a pot to piss in, as they say. So, but I'm up to the challenge. I like stuff like that. It's time to get back to work, hopefully do well out here, and see how it goes. And boy, I missed it. I missed it out here. I am really having a good time. They are keeping me running. Let's see. I'll tell you what I've done since I've been back out on the road. I started in the Chicago area. I know you guys hear lease in the Chicago area. It's not super ego, which I did look into. Boy, okay, when a few people are saying things about a trucking company, then maybe they're not true. But if you look up super ego here on YouTube, wow. Just the things that are being said about that company, and they're consistent. Like, it's across the board. A lot of drivers are saying the same things. So I looked at them briefly, and I went, no. But I know you think, okay, lease purchase 80-20 out of Chicago, that's a bad deal. Something's wrong there. I really feel like we're doing okay here. I asked them to see the first few rate cons when I started, and they sent them over. My dispatcher will always call and tell me what he found and what the rate is, and he'll be like, what do you think? And then he'll actually go negotiate the rate with the broker after that. Like, he'll call me and say, I got this load, you know, 900 miles, $2,000, hypothetical, right? What do you think? I'm like, hey, let's go ahead and get it rolling. $2 a mile ain't great, you know, $2 and some cents ain't great, but hey, we got to keep this truck moving, I guess, so let's go ahead and grab it. So he originally tells me 2,000, then he sends the text message over with all the information, and he'll have it at 2,200, let's say. So he always negotiates the rates. I looked at the first few rate cons, and I was like, okay, still doesn't seem shady at all. And I'll probably check in with them every once in a while, just like a surprise. Hey, let me see that rate con for whatever load, just to make sure things continue to be on the up and up with those. But I did feel the need to look at every one of them after I saw the first few. Ignorance is bliss, maybe. I don't know. But it seems all right. Seems okay. So I went from Chicago. I went to Dallas. From Dallas, I went to Georgia. From Georgia, I went to Pennsylvania. From Pennsylvania, I went to Houston. From Houston, I went to Chicago, stopped off, swapped trucks because my original truck that I leased had some electrical problems. Before they assigned it to me, they got that all repaired. I was running around the country in a loaner truck. No big deal. I'd rather have them fix it on their dime than make it my problem. And then from Chicago, went up, did a quick drop in Wisconsin. And from Wisconsin, I am currently headed back down to Houston, which I will make it to tomorrow. And we'll see where we're going from there. So that's what I've been doing since I got back out here. So happy to be back. Happy to be back. this channel will ever do what the original This Guy Trucks channel did. Gonna be hard to get a viral video again, absolutely. But I'm going to maybe try to follow the just trucking style, not style, I don't want to like rip off his style, method of YouTube content, which is daily uploads, and he likes to keep all the cussing and everything out of his videos, and those look like they were a recipe for success for him. So I don't know that I got it in me to upload daily. I don't know if I got that much to say, but whatever, I'm gonna look at that, and maybe we'll do that. I've been watching a lot of Just Trucking lately. I actually think he's a really good content creator. I've been enjoying his content a lot. I'm all caught up, I think, on like the last couple weeks of videos. I really like him. And my dude Wildbeard back on YouTube. He's out there doing truck recoveries for Hirschbach now. Love Wildbeard. He's a good dude. Just like a genuinely nice person, which the world needs more of. God, do they? So yeah, that's what's all going on with the trucking thing. I'll see how it goes. I'm looking forward to brighter days for all of us out here with the rates and the fuel prices. Hopefully we see fuel drop down to like gas prices. That'd be nice. That'd save us all a lot of money. I think I spent $2,400 in fuel my first full week. I mean, that's an improvement because last year I was spending $3,000 a week in fuel. So that's better. And we just got to kind of keep building on that and be more mindful of how much fuel we're using and stuff like that. I only run my truck at 65. That's it. Just run her at 65 and kind of try to keep that fuel mileage in good shape. And the unfortunate thing is the truck does not have an APU. I plan to figure that out in the future. It's a 4-year lease, no balloon payment. I don't know that I'll complete it. If I happen to save up enough money to put a down payment on my own truck, I might look that way. Looked at truck prices, they're falling off significantly. So you're starting to see maybe like lower down payments and lower payments overall. I saw a truck just like this one for $74,000, 2018 T680 for $74,000. Now maybe that seems inflated over what we were seeing a few years ago, but over what we were seeing last year, that's a significant drop. So I'll look at that. I'll consider the pros and cons of that. Kind of what I'm looking at is this company has a 15-cent per mile maintenance fund with no cap. They will charge you forever that 15 cents per mile. So I'm going to keep track of what ends up in there. You know, the truck will have normal wear and tear, and hopefully nothing major we got to fix. But I'm going to keep track of that, and if say that that maintenance account hits like 20-25 grand, then I might start thinking about, okay, well maybe I just want to buy my own now. And we'll go from there. I've made no solid plans, but say if this is a dependable truck, I might consider using that maintenance fund to put an APU on it. But at the same time, I would be concerned if I don't finish the 4-year lease, then I turn in the truck, then the company just got a free APU out of the deal. And that's no fair. You know, I'm sure I could write that off as a business expense, but it's all a lot to think about what I'm going to do and stuff like that. But happy to be back here on YouTube also. I may try for the daily videos, but I don't know what I'll do. I'm going to avoid all the nonsense. I was happy to take my 6-month break and a few months away from YouTube. A little upset that I deleted the big channel, but that's okay. I don't need all that attention on me. Maybe just a little bit. Maybe people that just like the videos and want to hang out, that'd be okay. But I'm gonna sort of tune out the nonsense, and I've kind of really learned to kind of take things for what they are, as far as the way people act on YouTube. And I don't know at what point it became like cool to like bully and harass people because you didn't like their videos, but I wish that never happened. Maybe you just don't like me and you don't like my videos. I think that's okay. But to be greatly offended that I'm making videos, I think is a little bit absurd. And I'm just going to kind of do my best to avoid all that. Probably still hang out with James Best from time to time. But it was kind of nice to just step away from YouTube, and I think a lot of people realized like the bigger picture when I did that, because when I wasn't here to be the common target of a lot of people, those people had to find something else to do with their time, and they just like branched out and started like attacking, and people went, wait, this isn't funny when it's happening to me, right? So I'm glad all that happened. I'm glad people got to see that, and I think a lot of people realize maybe that kind of behavior isn't cool, and nobody's really interested in it anymore. I don't know. I'm just kind of gonna try to tune it out, just make my videos, watch just trucking videos and wild weird videos, you know, maybe drop in a James Best live stream every once in a while, and just kind of do my own thing. I do want to kind of address a thing real quick though, just a thing that I noticed on here, talking about like behavior that's not necessarily like a cool thing to do. I was looking through YouTube a couple days ago, just minding my business, and YouTube likes to suggest stuff to me, of course, like it does with everyone. And I noticed that somebody had like stalked around my Reddit account and found a post I had put up on a subreddit called Am I Hot? And it was me just goofing around on the internet. Am I Hot is a literal subreddit where you post pictures of a selfie, right, of yourself, and you're like, hey, am I hot? And it was just me goofing around, drinking beers at home. No big deal. I didn't think much of it, but for the most part, this particular subreddit is full of very attractive women that are basically there promoting their OnlyFans. But I don't know about the rest of y'all, but I'm interested in attractive women. They're nice to look at, you know, and I can't be embarrassed by that. But it was just kind of a bizarre thing. It's like, I wish more people would realize that just because a guy's got a YouTube presence, that he also has a very boring, normal life outside of that, right? And if a guy sits around drinking beers in his own house and posts a dumb picture on a subreddit, it's really not a big deal. I don't know when we normalize like stalking through YouTube or social medias, but I wish we didn't do that either. I wish that never happened. You know, people will have Facebooks and LinkedIn's and Reddit accounts and things like that. Just let them be. I can't think of a time I've ever been like, I wonder what social media this guy has, and went looking for him. It's just bizarre. But it was like, at first I looked at it and I'm like, oh God, why is this happening? But then I'm like, why should I even be embarrassed by that? I'm just goofing around in my own house on the internet. That's nothing to be ashamed of, you know? So I have a LinkedIn profile, and when I first opened it up, I was getting a lot of like, you've been searched this many times per week, LinkedIn shows you, right? And I didn't really have any connections on there or anything. And then on the right hand side of LinkedIn, it will say people that viewed you also viewed, and it shows a list, right? And under it was a list of various people with Ruth's name. Y'all remember Ruth, right? I do. But none of them were her profile, but it was somebody that found me, and then they spent time digging through LinkedIn, trying to find Ruth and going through every profile on LinkedIn with her same name, and it showed it all to me. Like, people that viewed you also viewed hundreds of people also named Ruth, and I'm like, that's so bizarre. That's so strange. So I think we should stop normalizing the like stalkerish behavior of people on YouTube. But I guess that's my only point on that. It was just very strange. And the other stuff, yeah, I like to get on Reddit, especially if I'm, you know, sitting around the house or a motel room drinking a few. And I like to just do goofy stuff on there, right? Like, I'm trying to find my words, following the Just Truckin' style, right? We're gonna try not to cuss all the time, so I guess goofy is the word of the day. But I mean, I like stuff on Reddit, like, and I'm not ashamed of those things, you know. Am I Hot is a good one, but if you really want to get into some more vulgar stuff, Dad Would Be Proud, that's one of my favorites. Homewreckers Gone Wild, oh, love that one. Love that one. That is some freaky stuff on there. And you know, I used to like feel like people were shaming me for looking at things like that, but I'm not ashamed to say that I like the way women look. Can we shame me for that? I'm not sure we can. And if women are willing to get on the internet and remove their clothing to promote their OnlyFans page, I might have a look. I might have a look at that. So anyways, I feel like that makes me human, and I've always tried to stress the fact that I'm human here on YouTube. I've got the whole range of emotions. I can get angry, and I can get sad. Is there any more emotions? I think that's all of them. No, that's not all of them, but I can be like happy and you know, you get the whole point. I have the whole range. I've always tried to maintain that. But I guess this has gone on long enough, guys. I'm back. We're going to talk about trucking out here, and just sort of the day-to-day adventures, I guess, and what we're doing. Don't know that it will ever do what the old channel did, and I don't really care. I'm just here to hang out with you guys, make some content, and see where we go from here. So appreciate your time. I'll see you around. Bye now.